Hey y'all. So, coming outside to just hang out for a bit in the setting sun while my first ever real YouTube video uploads. And I'm anxious as fuck. I've got like 2 hours and 15 minutes left. And oh fuck, I'm so anxious. I feel like this is one of the most important things that maybe I've ever done. And just sitting there waiting for it to load, like, I've been putting it off all day. I've been procrastinating all day. I've been doing literally everything except what I know I needed to do, which was upload the fucking video. Yeah, it's really hard to do that when you're being vulnerable and you're feeling like you're exposing a really challenging part of your life, a part of your life that has been a challenge and that you want to share with other people because you want to help them feel less challenged, if that makes sense. You know, like I want to put my struggle out there so that others can find success in the acceptance of it and their own version of what self-compassion looks like. But I can't do it without just doing it. Hitting the button and just doing it. Wish I had somebody to hold my hand. But I don't know if you can tell. Oh yeah, my scar is coming out. I have a scar that, like, whenever I cry, it gets red. It kind of it's like my telltale sign that I've been crying. But yeah, I was so anxious that I felt like there was like a huge pressure on my chest. And even with self-care practices this morning, and I think that was another version of procrastination, honestly, because I don't think I've done all of my self-care practices every day. Maybe I'll get to like 3 to 5 out of 6, let's say. But I did all of them today because I felt like I wanted to be ready. I wanted to be ready to be ready. Like the Abraham Hicks videos are always saying, I wanted to be ready to be ready to be ready. And yet I've already done all of the preparation that I could possibly do. And that was to tell my sister about my STI positive status. She was a health education major, so you can see how it might have been, how it was in reality. Oh, somebody's racing. Okay, chill. How it was an incredibly hard thing for me to share with her, because she's my best friend and she's my number one go-to person for everything. And I felt like I had to hide it from her because I was so ashamed that I felt like every other stigma that goes with somebody who has a sexually transmitted virus that lasts forever, which is, you know, I felt ashamed and I felt like I was a fucking ignorant person. I felt like I was a ignorant, uneducated hick, let's say, because that's how I felt, really, honestly. I felt like a fucking hick, you know, getting it and then realizing that it was obtained through sexual trauma, that kind of, I mean, that was hard in and of itself to acknowledge and to accept, but it also made it easier for me to take the blame off of myself and to recognize that everybody's going through something, and it's a lot easier to go through it with the people you love. So here I am just awaiting, and I would say my message for today is, if you have something that you're struggling through, if you have something that you're going through, and it's hard for you to accept and acknowledge it yourself, share it with the person you're closest with, very closest with, somebody who you know for certain is going to, like my sister, just outpour love and compassion, and not try to ask, why? What happened? How did you let this happen to you? How did you, what is the reason for this? What was the cause for this? Sometimes shit just fucking happens. And if you have somebody in your life who you know, even if you're not even that close with them, but you just feel like they're an understanding person, and I mean, that was the first person who wasn't a sexual partner that I spoke with about it, who she shared her story of sexual trauma with me, and she just made me feel accepted and understood. So find that person and tell them, and just like let it out, you know, maybe practice in front of the mirror a couple of times, but let it out, because the most painful thing that you can do is suppress all of the words that are tangled up inside, that are just like on repeat, on loop, over and over again. That's the hardest shit. So I love you. Whatever you're doing right now, take a deep breath. Know that you are loved. Know that you are deserving of all of the love and compassion that you desire in your life, and know that it's possible to get there. I hope you have a brilliant day, a vibrant day, and I'll talk to you again soon. See you, best friend, new best friend.